Welcome to another edition of Pittsburgh Sports Line at Hollywood Lanes, 2961 West Liberty Avenue. If you see Dunkin' Donuts, go to the red door and walk downstairs. We even had Attila Domos come in on his wheelchair, backwards. What a performance. A lot of great people made it out here tonight. We're going to have some fun. We always talk sports. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. I got my co-host, Smoking Jim Frazier, who was actually 15 minutes early. I have to say that because he's always fashionably late. I try not to pick on him, but he's an easy target. What can I say? But we're going to talk about a lot of sports. We got What's on Your Mind. We start the show. This is sponsored by Skeets Lewandowski of Skeets Service Station. He's right there in Finleyville. Works on anything that runs on gas. He's 7 miles from my house in Bethel Park. He's past Mineral Beach and Trax Farm, right on 88. Call him, 724-348-4715. Tell him Al Levine, the talking machine, said you work on anything that runs on gas. Weed whackers, boats, tractors, lawnmowers, cars, trucks, you name it. I've seen him work on it. They even have a forge. They make knives and different things in a hot metal forge, so they do a lot of great work there. Check it out, Skeets Lewandowski, Skeets Service Station. We're going to start with What's on Your Mind. Smoking Jim Frazier, what's on your mind?
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. And if you want the green,
just don't break it.
You got to see Levine.
Thank you.
Big hand for Hall of Fame photographer Frank Fabus is in the house. There are stars, superstars, and legends. We got a true legend in the house. Big hand for Dap Porter.
Yeah.
Come out. Big hand for Pittsburgh Sports Line Hall of Famer who donated the pizza tonight. Skip Atkins is here.
Yeah, thanks, Skip.
Boomer Lady Eagles, make some noise! For all those who are here, and for the millions on Facebook and YouTube, and for all the Pittsburgh Sports Line fans around the world, if you want to lose your honey, bet on money. Pretty boy Floyd, Money Mayweather just signed to go in the cage against Conor McGregor, and he's going to knock him out cold. McGregor's going to knock out Money Mayweather. And in the words of Muhammad Ali, Mayweather, if you want to go to heaven, McGregor will knock you out in 7. If that won't do, he'll knock you out in 2. And if you run, he'll knock you out in 1. And if you don't want to fight, you better stay home that night. Floyd Mayweather has never lost a fight, but his own got to go. And if Muhammad Ali was alive today, he'll tell you, if you want to lose your honey, bet on money.
Just watch out for the dog. Wow.
Is he done talking yet? Because I can't hear. Somebody give me a signal. He got new material. At least I could tell before my left ear went out.
At least we heard him.
Well, I got to give you a little backstory on my man in gambling. He's a known gambler. If you don't gamble, don't start. If you're going to gamble, do the opposite of what Smoking Jim Frazier says. He told us 7 mortal locks last year. That means that they can't lose. 5 of those lost.
He's right about 2, though.
Yeah, but he lost the 5 in a row. And he come back. Then he tricked me into the first Moneyweather McGregor fight. He goes, come to Duke's Rib House and Grill. We'll watch Money Mayweather and McGregor. And he goes, I got my money on McGregor because, of course, there are better odds on it because he looks at odds. His dollar that he bet, he could make about $200 on Money Mayweather. He would have owed $3, so that's why he bet. Well, we went and watched the fight. My ribs are still sore. He kept saying, look at McGregor. He's winning the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. He goes, talking machine, who do you think won? I said, Mayweather won this fight because McGregor can't box. He tired out. He can't even finish this fight. Sure enough, Smoking Jim was wrong. What's really on my mind is I'm a Pittsburgh guy. I bleed black and gold. Pirates are in first place. Can't beat that. Nobody expected that. They got rid of the face of the franchise. Al Polanco's leading the league in RBIs. Got rid of all these pitchers, tie-ons like a Cy Young Award winner, giving up one hit, throwing another shutout. So the Pirates are going well. Then my team, the Penguins, I predicted a three-peat. Just like I predicted a three-peat for Obama Academy, and they come through. They did that. They were on our show and did that. So we'll hear more about them. Tell them your name.
Frank Fabus. Al got it right.
Just checking.
All right. Well, you did
I don't
good.
mind if you correct me. We actually went to high school together, and you have to watch what he says past his first name. So good luck. Here
No,
we
you
go.
said high school like it's hard to believe. I look so much younger.
All-white high school?
No. We had one black boy.
The two black families lived on my street, Park Edge Road and Greentree. So Smoking Jim, I don't care about color. Doesn't mean a thing to me. I welcome anybody up to compete with the talking machine.
Yeah, why did you ask
I'm
that, Jim?
undefeated. Here's what we're going to talk about. We've got a poster here. We sponsor a young boy. His nephew died at 9 years old due to DIPG, a brain cancer. I end every show with Stay Joey Strong. They have different nights and events. They're a 501c3. They have a night at the races on May 4th. Thank you, sir. We appreciate any assist. I didn't know what he was signaling at. There might have been glare. All right, Frank, tell us a little bit about this great event at the Bethel Park Community Center.
Well, thank you, Al, and I really appreciate what you guys always do for us. It's going to be held May 4th. It's a Friday night, Bethel Park Community Center. Let me cheat a little bit here. It's going to start at 7
That's why he
o'clock.
brought the poster.
It's $15 a person to get in. That's going to include your food, beer, mixers, and you can bring your own BYOB. And it's a great event. We had our first one last year. We raised a lot of money. We were really surprised at the turnout. And this year we are going to pretty much run the same thing. We're going to have a lot of door prizes, 50-50. Our treasurer,
Larry Shaw.
is,
I can drop his name.
you certainly can. He's been on the show.
Yes, he has.
He is donating 3 firearms, a rifle, a pistol, and a shotgun. Last year, our judge won it, Arnone.
He's been a guest on our show a few times. Judge Arnone, shout out to him.
Well, you only
Great
have the
things in
important
community.
You only have the important people on your show.
Hey, I have anybody that's willing to answer my toughest question.
So
What's your name?
sometimes that's a little bit hard.
Understand. I know you're
I went to
struggling right
Keystone
now.
Oaks.
I gave you some time. I gave you some time to read the rest of this so you can tell it to the
I don't need it. I've been involved in this a long time. So anyways, you can buy a horse. If you can't make the event, you can buy a horse. It's $10. Name it whatever you want. And I mean whatever you want. So
Frank Fabus.
it's an adult.
Frank Fabus.
You have a winner right there.
Attila.
It's an adult event, 21 and over. Again, we have people in the members of our foundation who are going to make the food, so it's all homemade. It's great food. We have a 50-50, like I said.
What else?
Well, a lot of famous
what do
people
they
are
wear
there.
there?
You're going to be there.
What do they wear?
Jim might be
Casual?
there. Just wear casual. Have
Let's
fun.
ask Smoking Jim if he'll be there. He never lies.
We have a total of 10 races, and then if we start having more success, as you do through the night, as people have a little bit more adult beverages, then we have maybe 12 or 14 races. If you buy a horse, and you can buy one from me, I'll give you my information, they're $10. If you win, you get $40. Again, what we do at the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation is we donate most of our money from the foundation directly to a doctor in Stanford University, Dr. Manji. She is working specifically on DIPG, which is a brain cancer. Basketball players, you may know, Lauren Hill a few years ago played.
Yes.
What school was it? Do you know?
Smoking Jim knows.
But she was 18 when she was diagnosed. That's not common. It's usually kids between the ages of 8 to 10 get it, and they have 8 to 10 months to live, and that's it. It's a death sentence. So we donate most of our money directly to her for research, and she's doing a great job finding some things out. And then we also donate money to families whose children are suffering from cancer. They're financially strapped. It's a tough situation to
You
go
guys
through.
do a lot of great things.
Well, thank you.
I'm proud to sponsor the Joey Fabus Childhood Cancer Foundation.
Thank you. We're proud to have you.
Thank you.
It's like a big celebrity coming in. When Al walks in, everyone from Bethel Park knows him. I usually try to hide under the table.
See what I said about him? Don't listen anymore. He's done. Tell them your name.
Mom,
Tell them your other name.
my name is Wendy Bell O'Toole. I have multiple personalities.
Okay, I'm glad we got that out of here.
You're seeing it.
This is her
She's
second,
alive and well.
This is her second appearance on Pittsburgh Sportsline. I'm honored to have you here.
Thank you.
And one of the themes that I want to talk about is I heard you're expanding your brand to podcasts.
I am expanding into all sorts of things. So I'm writing a book. I shoot and edit stories that I put online with videos. And I find that there are such limitations with videos, with print. You can only go so far, like these young basketball players would know. Any story that's ever done on them can only be so long.
Yeah.
In the newspaper, so long on
How
television.
about on TV?
It's even smaller.
They give you
and
10 seconds.
It's shrinking by the hour. So the way to get into a subject is to talk deeply about it. And the way you can do that is on a podcast, 15, 20, an hour. You can get into so much more detail and not cut out so much important stuff. How much do you leave on the cutting room floor when you interview someone?
Guess what? Hardly anybody here, because with Pittsburgh Sportsline, I'm truly blessed. Dave Cable edits our show. I do it like a live show. Everything
Right.
you say is on my show. We have 1 hour to get this out.
Right.
So we're learning.
You're
what
an
you're
anomaly.
into.
Right,
Yes.
yeah.
We're one of the few. I've been asked to do a podcast. I've been asked to be on radio. I got a TV show. I'm blessed to have a face for TV and a voice for radio. So how can I go wrong? Maybe podcast.
Unbelievable.
And I'm modest about it.
I love
Rarely
your
do I talk
humility.
about
It's
it.
really touching.
I've worked on it.
Keep working.
What about Wendy? What about Wendy? You only gave us a couple little snippets here.
Well, I
What's
will.
this podcast going to be about?
All right, so one thing that I just did is I have followed, and these young ladies might appreciate this. There's a basketball player at Waynesburg University named McKenna Drazic. Now, McKenna is 21 years old. She's an awesome basketball forward. Their team has done very well. And have you girls ever heard of the Be the Match program? Little too young right now because it's really in college that it starts. Be the Match is a national.
Come on.
It's a national bone marrow registry. All right? And so there are people walking around right now with blood cancers like lymphoma, leukemia, other diseases that are absolutely incurable, save for stem cell donations, bone marrow donations. And so athletes at the college level have joined this Be the Match program where you sign up, fill out some paperwork, swab the inside of your cheek, and there's a potential that you could be someone's bone marrow match
yeah.
and donate to them and save their life. So this young lady at Waynesburg University, a basketball player, joined with her basketball team, did the Be the Match program, swabbed her cheek, and felt at that moment that she was going to be somebody's match.
Really?
Now, to be a 100% match with someone else, it's like you and one or two other people in the world. Wow. Like, it doesn't happen. Wow. Which is why it's so imperative that
Get the word
donors,
out.
especially young, African American, Hispanic, Asian, there's a scarcity of these donors, and your ethnic background can match you more specifically with other people who need your bone marrow and your stem cells. She gets a call 2 months later, she's a match. She goes in, gets the bone marrow from her hip, saves a mom in Wisconsin who's struggling with a hideous disease. She finds out she is that woman's 100% match.
Wow.
That, I just got chills. That woman and she met in Washington, PA. Woman drives in from Wisconsin with her son, meets this young lady.
Wow.
I'm there to record it. I'm there to talk to her, and for an hour we sat.
When is this show coming out?
It's coming up. It's coming
teased
up.
me pretty
But
well.
aren't you interested? Wouldn't you
fired up.
much rather hear about somebody saving somebody's life by swabbing the inside of their cheek and saying, I want to save your life? I
Be the
don't
match.
know you, but I want to be your life-saving angel.
Be
And
the
these
match.
girls now are blood sisters forever, connected forever. I couldn't tell that story on TV. I'd be given a minute and a half. How do you tell a life-saving story in a minute and a half?
You just did it on Pittsburgh Sports.
Right?
Another first.
There we go.
2
And so
minutes.
that's what I'm doing.
2 minutes to get the word out about us,
Right?
what you're going to be doing. That's
100%.
a great promo.
And that's just one small story that we can tell.
That's huge.
And I'm going to pitch that to NPR, National Public Radio.
Okay.
And they have a wonderful series called This American Life, where people, I mean, how many of us listen to podcasts when we're driving or doing whatever? Don't you want to hear uplifting news? Not stories about crime and murder and awfulness
Let me
and
interrupt you.
suffering.
I'm all about positivity. Tell me more.
I could go on for days.
Go.
How much more do you want?
I want more. What's the next one?
The next one, I'm telling, what'd you say?
The last one about that band.
Okay, so how about this? How many of you are familiar with autism?
I am.
How many of you are touched by someone or have somebody in your family who is autistic or on the spectrum? A lot of people have someone they know, a family member they love who is on the autism spectrum. Autism comes in many shapes and sizes, right? You
Yes.
can be completely incapacitated. You can have
Asperger's, you look normal.
You look normal, but there are things that you don't understand nuances about public behavior, about people, and you don't understand, right?
Sure.
So there's a band. How about this? People who are on the spectrum almost always have some unbelievable talent, some blessing,
Intelligence.
some gift, some off the charts something. So a mom whose 2 of 3 sons have autism.
Oh, my.
2 of 3, one severely disabled. She decided that she was going to start a band called Spectrum. And the musicians in the band are all on the spectrum.
Hold it.
And
Where are they from?
they're from here in Pittsburgh.
I know them.
They are outstanding.
I know them.
They're off the charts, dynamite. People who
Tell me
cannot
their last
handle...
name is Laus.
Exa-
L-A-U-S.
That's it.
I know a few people.
Yes, yes, yes. We're talking young adults who can't stand being in a crowd, who can't stand noise.
Performing for crowds.
Performing on stage, playing the drums, playing the bass, singing, ripping out incredible melodies. Unbelievable.
No, I'm a fan of
That's
theirs
a podcast,
already.
right?
I'm on the cutting edge.
Right.
How did that happen?
Right, you're incredible.
Unbelievable. Well, I do something unusual. I read, and I'm childlike in my demeanor that I'm always looking and wondering why or how or what's going
Right?
on.
What makes that tick?
So I
Why
ask
does it happen?
questions.
Yes, yes. But see, here's
Thank you
the...
for sharing that.
But here's the thing,
Attila, for
right?
prompting
I
that.
appreciate that. Here's the thing, you're not gonna read about them in the newspaper. You're not gonna see it on TV because they don't spend the time on that. It takes time and money to produce
And
something like that.
They're not set up for it. I work
And,
for a newspaper.
yeah.
The newspapers are dying because
They're dying.
this.
Yes.
They
yes.
met their match.
Yes.
TV is going downward except for Pittsburgh Sportsline.
That's
on
'cause of Big
Horizon
Jim.
32. Because of smoking Jim Fraser and his
Come on!
photos of sweeties with Jimmy.
It's true though. It's true. So what you have to do when the tide changes, you have to find a new venue, and if you've got good things that you want to share and you want to share it with the world loudly, you speak up. And that's what I do.
You know what? I'm so excited.
Right?
I'm ready to start
Let's
a
do it.
Pittsburgh Sportsline podcast.
Right? I'll hook you up with the right
How
people.
can I not do this?
Right?
Here, we're going live right now.
I love it.
Definitely. So what else is happening in your life?
Well, I have 5 sons, so
I
that's
had to bring
busy.
that up. 3 of them come in today.
Yes.
Tell us. Tell us. Forget it. You're a fan of Smoking Jim, but
I do love him. You know what? Honestly, when people say they see me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I missed you on television. What are you doing?" I say, "I'm a mom." You know, there's no greater job in the
don't have to
world.
explain anymore.
There is no harder job in the world. There is no more
When
undervalued
is your
job
job
in
done?
the world.
When's your job done?
I'll let you know when I'm about to die. It ain't
That's
leaving
my
me.
point.
It's great.
That
it's
was my
great.
point. I
Yeah.
was leading you
Yeah.
on there.
I'm blessed.
Mom's
We're all
job is
blessed.
never done.
And I wouldn't trade it for anything.
And you got 3 handsome boys here.
I do.
They told me their names again.
Ryan, Bobby, and Chris.
Even Bobby, and I asked if that was his real name. He told me Robert.
That's right. That's right. He's nothing but honest. So life is good.
Definitely.
I'm writing a book. I'm
Bring them
staying
up For a
busy.
second, you got to show the boys.
Bob and Chris, are you here? Is Ryan
Are
back
there-
there? Come here.
Are there 3 boys here?
Come here, Christopher. Come on.
Because she can talk and fill the time.
Oh, yes, I can do
I
that.
guarantee that.
Come on up, Christopher. Where are you going to go to high school, Christopher?
Central.
Central, sorry.
There's one down.
Come on, boys. Come on up. Okay,
Get-
come here. Come here. You can
Come
sit.
on up and see your
Come
mama.
on. Right? This is Christopher.
This is another Pittsburgh
Hello.
Sports Line exclusive.
All right. And
Wendy
we've got,
Bell and 3 out of 5 boys.
right?
Don't get to sit in my
It's the next
All right,
generation.
Caroline.
Come on back here. There you go.
Get the mic up to them.
Hi.
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 See, these are, okay, go ahead.
Ryan. Robert. Chris.
Bobby was
Yes, yes. They're busy boys. You know what? I didn't realize how much I was missing until I lost my job. It's amazing how blessings can come from strange events,
God tests us all the time.
right? When your
Look
life
for that open door.
when your life takes a detour and you think to yourself, "Oh my gosh, now what?" And you walk through it and you walk towards the light and you see it what you've been missing. It's about time, right? It's about time.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Blessed. Very
Started
blessed.
this Pittsburgh Sports Line show with 3 other knuckleheads, including Smoking Jim. Now we go out and we do shows in other venues, meet great people like yourself and your sons. Great teams are going to come up and we talk to them about it. I'm respectful of anybody that puts in the effort that you and others do in life. And
Absolutely.
I respect that. And you got a great family here.
Life is good. Life is good.
That's what counts.
Thank you very much.
Now, what about, can we promote your website where the podcast is going
Please,
to be?
PositivelyWendyBell.com.
I'm competitive about that.
PositivelyWendyBell.com. Everything we talk about is good. It's not, we talk about some serious life issues that are tough, but the silver lining is always there. And I'm very proud of it. And I love telling stories that hopefully resonate with people because everybody needs a reason to smile,
You gave me 2 good ones today and
See?
a third one with your family.
right?
So I appreciate that.
Thank you for having me.
Anything else we missed that you'd want to put out? Because I know you got stuff going on the next couple months here.
You know what? I'm just living the dream. Christopher, anything you want to say? I love my mom.
Hold it. How was? Wait. How was the bowling?
Good.
All right.
Yeah, who won?
Tressa.
Oh, my friend won.
Only 7 points.
She come all the way from Greensboro.
I know.
We're honored that
I
Tressa made it here.
know. She's turning. She's hiding from us
She's a
now.
winner. I heard you guys were gambling on this bowling,
That's
$1
right.
per game.
Absolutely right.
Truth to that.
I've got a spare. It's like impossible to give a spare.
Well, one favor I want to ask you guys, you got to play your mother's favorite game, Ms. Pac-Man, before you leave.
Yes, and I'll be. That was cool.
It is
Well,
cool. But
that's-
Miss Pac-Man is, that was my favorite game. I am going to win.
You're not. No, you're not.
Well, I'm glad we covered everything.
Thanks for having us. What do you guys say? Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Chris.
No, we say thank you.
Hold it. Let Robert say something.
Someone say thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. And peace, everybody. Peace.
Thank you.
That's it. All right, guys, let's go.
Please tell them your name.
My name is Monique McCoy.
Are you a head coach of who?
I am the head coach of Obama Academy Lady Eagles.
Are they in the house?
They are in the house.
I just wanted to hear them.
We can hear them.
We haven't seen you for a year. I miss you being on the show.
We're happy to be back.
Thank you for
Thank you
coming
for
back.
having us back.
Definitely. What happened this year? Tell me the truth. You know I'm a big fan of yours.
You have to be our fan forever.
Oh.
Forever. You're like indebted to us. So
All the way. All the way. Come on.
that's what we want to hear. We fell short
We're in it to win it.
to one of our arch rivals,
say it.
Westinghouse.
Okay. The house beat you.
The house beat us, but we beat them 3 times. But we
It's hard to get the 4th win.
It's a process.
like Kashaya said, it's a process. It's a process.
I've never been defeated. I've learned from every
But
so-called
last year,
loss.
you know what you didn't do? Now, every year
I
that
know,
we have
predict the
won,
win.
you never predicted the
I
win
know.
last year.
I felt
See?
bad.
See, you gave us
I
that
gotta
luck.
take the blame. I
gave us-
predict
he gave us
Obama
that
Academy
thing.
will
That luck.
persevere
That's
and
no.
win.
Okay.
Win.
What's Smoking Jim's prediction? That's what you do.
Don't ask Smoking Jim, please.
He's still against me because I went to Penn Hills and he
I
went to
know.
Gateway.
That's why I didn't
so,
want to go there.
You know.
I think the Gateway girls won the WPIL this year, didn't they?
Yeah, but the Penn Hills boys won the WPIL this year too.
You know what? I'm
so-
glad I have a counterbalance with the Penn Hills boys because he always says a community near Monroeville. And I always go, that's Penn Hills.
Yeah, but Penn Hills, I mean,
I understand. I know I have
Great
friends
program.
Yes. Excellent. Look where you came from.
hey, that's where I came from. Big Red.
Tell us about your years at Penn Hills.
Wow.
I'm going to go back.
Well,
Come on, legend.
Last year, I was inducted into the Penn Hills
That's
Hall
why
of
I'm
Fame.
bringing this up. I got to say it. Congrats, Coach.
This year, I was inducted into the Pittsburgh Hall of Fame. I was a part of the team at Penn Hills that won 7 WPILs in a row. We were the first in Western Pennsylvania to ever do it. Everybody
Congrats.
followed us. We were the first to do it. So, and now I've taken my talents on to coach these lovely young ladies at Obama.
Yes, you have. I understand that. I understand that. We'll get them up in a few minutes there, but what are you looking forward for this next season since I predicted a win?
To win. To win.
We're on the same page.
No other
That's
option.
all we want to hear about, championships.
No other option but to win. No other option.
It sounds like a plan.
It is a plan. But I also have to thank 2 people. I couldn't do my job without them. Marisa Marshawn and Darrell Dap Porter. They have played a very intricate part in, you know, our success. And I also have to give a shout out to Nika Williams. She won a WPIL championship this year at Winchester Thurston. And her daughters, and well, her baby plays for me this year. She's my car buddy. But I was very honored to have both of her daughters play on our teams.
Nice. Very nice. Which one of your coaches do you want to bring up after you?
Let's bring Marisa up. Come on, Marisa, you gotta come up. Come on, girl.
I told her we'd get her up here. Please tell them your name.
My name?
Yes.
Oh, it's Marisa Marshawn. They call me Coach Reese, though.
I always like when teachers come on the show because they're always much smarter than I am. And I'm a simple man with a simple plan. And what do you teach?
I teach 4th grade this year
Where at?
at Grandview Elementary.
And did you play any sports?
I did. I played
You look like an
basketball.
athlete, just so I can add that in there.
I played basketball, I ran track, and I also
Where
did
at?
karate. I lived in North Carolina in high school.
We don't hold that against you. You're in Pittsburgh now. I'm not an ugly Steeler fan. I bleed black and gold, but I respect the teams that you came
Well,
from.
yeah, I respect it.
Hold it, you're giving me too much. All right, so you played all these sports.
Mm-hmm.
What got you started doing sports?
I'm not sure. I think my dad put a ball
Was
in
it
my
in the
hand.
crib?
Yeah, when I was in the crib. I think he put a ball in
I
my hand.
always
It was
check
just
with the
a
athletes
wrap
because I
after that.
found that out. That happens a lot. It's a theme. You can't deny it.
Right.
That's good. And then where'd you go to college at?
At Pfeiffer University.
Where's that at?
It's in North Carolina.
Get out. So you stayed around the hometown.
I did.
What brought you to Pittsburgh?
You know what? God told me to move, and I did.
Well, I believe in God, so that's a good person
That's
to
good.
follow. That helps. You ask him to solve your problems, and sometimes he gives you more difficulties, and there's an answer there.
True. Very true.
So I'm glad we could
Preaching.
cover that. So how did you find Obama Academy?
Actually, Coach Mo found me. It was fate.
She found Coach Reese. Coach Mo found Coach Reese. I can talk the lingo. All right. Where did she find you?
One of our players from last year. I worked with her mother.
You can mention names.
Oh, Taylor.
Okay.
So Taylor's mom is my
Because I'm a
coworker.
name dropper.
Okay, sorry.
Coach Reese.
So Mrs. Stewart mentioned to Coach Monique about my interest in wanting to coach in the city. And so we
Got together.
Got together and talked and hit
How
it
was
off.
Starbucks that day?
You know, it was subpar.
Okay. Just checking. I always like to have a little fun, but we get the information out. And how long do you plan on coaching?
As long as God allows me to.
Okay. So forever.
We'll see.
He's not going to cut you short. Look at those girls we have
They're
there.
beautiful and wonderful. They're a lot of fun. I honestly love them.
How can you not continue coaching them? You know what? I just heard a little while ago they're going to win the championship.
I hope so.
Go Obama. What's your name?
It depends on.
What neighborhood are you in?
Yeah.
I'm talking City League.
Oh, in the City League, they call me DAP.
Well, we had a guest on our show that I found at some Facebook event. I went to it over about 2 years ago. And this guy and I were talking. They had a seminar going on. We're talking sports and stuff. And he said he played basketball at K-State.
Okay.
Ernie Kushner.
Ernie Kushner.
And then he goes, I saw that you had DAP on your show. I said, he's a legend in Pittsburgh. He goes, I know the guy very well. So what a small world. Pittsburgh Sports Line's bringing people together.
Small world, and Ernie, he's done a good job working with youth in the community.
Great guy.
He sponsors some teams with Adidas and Converse. He goes way back.
Well, when you're giving shoes away, you can sponsor a lot of teams.
Did he pay you off?
No, we don't answer
No
those
way.
questions there. Come on. Smoking Jim's always an outlier with these questions there.
He
you
paid
know,
off the guys from Gateway.
everybody knows that. They recruit, they get you jobs, they get you housing, then they get you thrown out of the housing after you graduate. I mean, who doesn't know that? I'm just stating the obvious. So what if they drop 2 classes in sports? You know, they found a level where they could win.
They finally did.
And that's what it's about, winning, Coach, and you know about winning.
Jim didn't never say anything about them dropping classes before they won.
Why do you think we get along so well? He tells his side of the story and then I tell the truth.
There you go.
It's a basic concept we practice, so we get along well. He's my best friend from another mother. I just disagree with him on a lot of stuff. Especially how he tries building you up as a legend, then he's busting that you're getting paid to play.
Yeah.
Who
I
even
knew
thinks
something was
about
coming
that?
after he pumped me up so good.
You got to watch that left. He does that old one too.
Oh,
So
yeah.
definitely. Tell the folks where you played basketball at.
I played basketball at Brashear High School for 2 years. Then I played at Perry Traditional Academy and went on to the University of Pittsburgh.
Great career. I followed you. My dad was a basketball referee, refereed the City League, college ball, and Ozanan, all those things for years. They called him tiptoe. He ran on his toes. So he did that till the mid-'80s.
Well, he never had a problem with me. I didn't mess with the officials when I played.
Well,
they were my best friends.
I had Sam Clancy on the show, and you know what a big bruiser Sam is.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him, I said, be honest with me. I said, my dad would hit guys with tees, and he'd call, you know, some fouls, and I know you were banging people pretty good. He goes, hey, Alan, your dad let me go a little bit to a certain point.
He knew how much he could get away with.
That's what he told me. So he goes, and I pushed it every time.
He pushed them.
He goes, my dad would come up to him, hey, Sam, enough of that. So
Right.
understand that. You're a good man. I've seen you play. I see how you coach. You bring out the best in these girls. Maybe not how they want to get there and the work they got to put in, but
Yeah, definitely
work
not
for
that-
this guy.
Definitely not that way. but
Well, we've talked a couple times that
at
we've
the end
had
of
you
the
on.
day, they know I never told them nothing wrong. They might didn't agree with it, but
Well, he's no nonsense. Go ahead,
Hey,
Smokey.
Dap, can you help us get some of the 0-19 Panthers on the show?
We'll pass on that. Smoking Jim's
Not too
brutal.
many of them are still
Speaking of
around.
Ozanam, that passing announcement about Ozanam, you were mentioning your dad.
Yes.
Oh yeah, your dad officiating Ozanam. We're having our 50th
Wow.
year anniversary this year. So when I first came in, before he started trying to say that I was taking money, Jim asked me for a shirt, so I was nice enough to bring
Oh,
him this
thank
shirt.
you. Hey, thank you. Here's where the shirt's going. Thanks. What size is this?
No, that's a 3X.
Ah, get out of here.
Show that shirt off.
Let me see what's the front. All right, that's the front.
There's the front. Wow, is that big?
Black and gold, baby. Thanks, Steph. Ozanam.
Last black and gold one we had.
That is big.
Thanks, Steph. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
That would have been a night shirt for me.
Yeah. I have to get you a medium or a
XL. I can
large.
wear the XL.
Okay.
Yeah, just to get serious there. All right, so how'd the coaching go this year? What happened?
Well, I tell you what, I didn't have as much time as in the past. I volunteer coach, and
And I forgot to predict the four-peat.
yeah, it was because of you.
I thought I had the
Predicted the
four-peat.
four-peat.
You had the four-peat.
Yeah, thanks.
So with the Ozanam organization, it takes up a lot of my time, so I wasn't
Okay.
able to spend as much time as I would have liked.
I see you posting photos with Ozanam all the time.
Oh yeah, social
I'm
media.
liking them. I'm getting tired of liking all that, but there's some good photos.
We have some good photos. We have some travel teams. We have SAT prep. We have strength and conditioning. We have an entrepreneurial program.
What don't you
It's a lot-
have?
It's a lot of different things. We try to give the kids everything
I'm
they
glad you
need
got
to be
them started.
successful.
I'm glad she prompted us on that. At Ozanam.
The girls play in the summer league. Some of them were in the entrepreneurial program. Some of them worked in the summer.
You're kidding. You're bringing out the best in these girls. We're going to have to bring them up.
Yeah, we.
Dad, let them talk
need to
a
bring
little
them
bit.
up. And we do want them to talk a little bit.
Very little.
No, make the seniors talk.
Really? Okay.
Senior appreciation today.
All right, we'll go with that. Tell them your name.
My name is Kashaya Jones.
How long have you been playing basketball?
Since the 7th grade.
What grade are you in now?
I'm a senior.
Oh, a senior gets to speak.
Yes.
Where are you going to go to school?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to.
You got
college.
time.
Yes. No, I only have until next week. But listen,
I know you have time.
listen. I'm going to track. I mean, I'm going to college for track and field and not basketball. Basketball is like my second
Oh,
sport.
what happened? This is your second class sport,
Yeah.
and your first one's track.
Yes.
That's great.
It's yes, and I'll be
What do you
committed.
run?
I do sprints.
I
100.
figured you were fast the way you come up here. What's your time?
My fastest time in the 100 is a 12:2.
Very good.
Yeah, and I've been to the Junior Olympics my whole life.
Excellent.
Ever since I started running track, I've been to the Junior Olympics.
Excellent. What do you see in the future here? What's this track look like this year, the end of the season?
Well, our season just started, actually. It's just started, so I plan on having a good season. I want to go to States
You in
this
shape?
year. Do I look in shape?
Yeah. I can't argue with that.
All right.
Is that
I'm in
okay?
shape. I'm in shape. I'm in shape. I'm in shape.
I have to ask because
Hey.
I'm the talking machine. I got to ask questions.
I mean-
Look, I questions all your coaches, and you're getting to talk a little bit.
I am.
How's your schoolwork?
It's great. I just received,
What is it?
I got a 3.75 GPA. Yes.
That's
I
why
did.
I'm talking to you.
Yes,
I knew you had it inside of you. I'm bringing it out.
Yes, I did. I just.
That's very good. Well, I wish you well.
Thank you.
We're going to bring up other girls, and good luck in track.
Please.
And I
Thank
hope you do an 11.5.
I hope so too. That's
11.5 I'm looking at, a
Yes.
second less.
leave it up to him right there.
Right? I got faith.
Yes, sir.
Say your name.
I'm Zari Grandy Overton
How long you been playing sports?
since the 3rd grade.
Third grade.
Yes.
What sport?
Basketball. I play soccer as well.
Oh, yeah? What do you like best?
I'm not sure.
You like them both?
Yes.
Well, they keep you in shape.
Yes.
And what position do you play on basketball?
Basketball, I'm a guard, point guard.
What year are you in?
This is my senior year.
Another senior.
Yes.
Wow,
This
senior
one.
speaks.
Yes.
Can you talk about grades?
My grades are really good.
What's that? We're honest. We're not like Smoking Jim. Smoking Jim exaggerates. Just tell me the truth.
Well, this.
1 grade. Give me your best grade.
Okay, my weighted GPA is a 4.1.
I knew you were hemming and hawing for a reason. That's something to be proud of, and it takes a lot of what's called hard work.
Yeah.
So I respect what you've done outside of school with sports, but I especially appreciate what you do in school, because unlike Smoking Jim, he says if you're an athlete, you should be homeschooled, because then you could focus on homeschooling all the time. I say, here's the percentage of people that get to be pros, so you might as well go to school.
Yeah. I'm a social person.
Are you?
I prefer to be in a public school or something.
What do you look forward to in college?
I'm going to major in electrical engineering. So wherever that takes me, we'll see.
That'll take you to the money.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much, because they're looking for women that are engineers, especially black women that are engineers.
Yeah.
So I wish you the best of luck. Who's next? What's your name?
This is me. I'm Drea Williams. Well, my name is Andrea, but I don't like that name, so I go by
What do you want me to call you? Drea?
Yeah.
All right, Drea. How long you been playing sports?
Since I was probably like, I don't know, like 7.
What sport?
Basketball.
You love basketball.
Yeah.
What position do you play?
Sometimes I'm a point, sometimes I'm a shooting guard.
What do you prefer?
Shooting guard. I don't like bringing the ball up.
I understand.
Yeah.
You want to get that ball in that hole there.
Yeah.
I got that. I got that. You got plans for college?
Yeah. I'm going to probably go to Cal.
Don't say that. He went there. They say Smoking Jim was a captain. We can't find no record of him going to school there. He got 22 degrees from General Studies, General Sue, and all this other stuff. You know, but basket weaving, I haven't seen his diploma. So go to school there, go to class. He missed so many classes.
Yeah.
He just sold the books. I got to tell his secrets because the statute of limitations is over. What's your GPA?
A 3.3.
Excellent. And what are you going to be there?
Well,
Not basket weaving and General
No.
Sue studies.
I'm actually going to study dermatology.
Are you? Mm-hmm. Very good. Who does your hair?
Well, this time, this girl Coco did it. I don't really know her, but she
You're letting strangers do your hair.
Yeah, I mean, like on Facebook, her pictures were nice, so I was like, she could.
And
do
your
it.
hair is nice. Look
Yeah,
at that.
see, see how it worked out? It came out pretty good.
I'm a fan.
Thank you.
Tell us your name.
Ariana Ashby.
How long have you been playing sports?
Well, I did cross country in 7th and 8th grade. I did soccer in 8th grade, and I didn't really take an interest in basketball until my freshman year of high school.
Hold it. Were your friends playing?
Yeah. Well, my god
How'd I
sister was
guess?
playing.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Just smart.
Thanks. I appreciate that. You can talk an extra 30 seconds now.
Okay.
How do you do in school?
My GPA is 3.5.
Excellent. What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
I had to check because they said the last senior is coming up.
Yeah.
All right. What's your plans for college?
I plan to go to Lincoln University and major in psychology and minor in Black Studies.
You're pretty darn focused there. Will you come back during Black History Month? Because Smoking Jim always has segments during Black History Month, and he's running out of material for some reason. So we'll need you back then, all right? If you can.
Sure.
And what position do you play?
In basketball, I'm a forward.
Are you?
Yes.
You like rebounding or shooting?
I like rebounding. I like smacking the ball.
Do you?
Grabbing it. Yeah.
You like getting position? Wow, they said that in unison. Coaches all the way down.
Yeah.
They know your style.
Yeah.
Let me see an elbow.
I don't think you want to see that.
I think that's how you're getting in there.
Yeah. I don't think you want to see that.
I'm smart. I don't want to see
Yeah.
the elbow, but I assume that helps you get underneath.
Pretty much.
And then positioning.
Hmm?
You like they're tangling a little bit.
Yeah. It's rough, but it comes with the game.
You can handle. Nice
Yeah.
nails there.
Thank you. Won't last for long.
No?
No.
Once you
Check out the eyebrow.
Oh, snap. You noticed that. Thank you.
Smoking Jim's been talking about eyebrows for 2.5 years now.
Oh.
He just focuses on somebody with eyebrows. He tells me I have a nice eyebrow too, but I don't believe him, so we'll just go with that. Tell us your name.
I'm Talia Mitchell, but they call me Tal Money.
Tal.
Tal Money.
Tal Money.
Yeah.
All right. When did you start playing sports?
I started playing basketball in like 5th grade, but I got serious in 9th grade about it.
How'd you get serious?
Just like working out on my own and stuff like that, starting to like
You
develop
got
it
even
myself.
more expanded
Yeah.
your horizon there. What position do you play?
I'm a point guard.
You're a point guard. You like shooting the ball then?
She likes shooting.
I like shooting, driving.
She's
I
a
mean-
driver. Are
I
you
mean-
fast? You got some speed?
A little bit.
Okay, well you can
It
talk
just
about
depends
it.
on the
This
day.
is a sports talk show.
Yeah, it depends on the day. Like sometimes
How's
I have
Tuesday?
I'm more of like a
Well, today's
Friday.
Monday. I was going to ask how Monday was, but
Call her wobble.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that you have a drop off like that.
Yeah.
Shocking to me.
I
thought you'd be more consistent
I mean, I try.
since you
but
got
like,
focused in 9th grade.
I'm more like a Thursday through Friday type of person.
Thursday, you know how much space is between Thursday and Friday?
I mean, not that much, but that's my good hours.
Okay. So Thursday you're good, and Friday you're good. Saturday, forget about it.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
No, I got the rest. I got the rest.
Yeah.
So 2 days you're good, the rest forget about it.
Yeah.
And what grade are you in?
I'm a junior.
Wow, next year's going to be tough
Yeah.
because you're going to have to play a little better, maybe another day.
I'm working on the whole week.
Because I predicted a championship. I don't want to stress you too much. Just work one more day.
You're a good candidate for homeschool.
No.
Just sleep.
No.
I'm
No.
a social butterfly, and I like to dance in front of my friends.
Well, dance to the next spot. Bring up the next girl. Tell us your name.
My
That's
name-
what I'm waiting to see.
My name is Haley Blackwell.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
When did you find sports?
I started playing basketball in 5th grade with Talia, actually. We played on the same
Are
team.
you friends?
No.
Okay. You know, I appreciate honesty because she doesn't show up 5 days a week.
Exactly. I mean, I never get to see her. I never get to talk to her.
I'd be like this, cutting her loose. You know, here.
Every day.
See you on Thursday.
Exactly.
And Friday. How about you? Do you focus on more than one day?
I try to.
Okay.
I really
At
do.
least you're honest. What grade are you in?
I'm in 11th. I'm a junior too.
Well, I didn't know if you stayed behind because she's a go-getter. I thought maybe she advanced faster than you did. Oh, okay. You stayed right with her?
Yeah.
And she's only working 2 days a week.
No. I tried to keep up, but sometimes like I get the days mixed up. Cause like she'll do Thursday and Friday, and I'll do like Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll try to do Thursday and Friday with her. But sometimes she's not there.
Well,
on
you
Friday or
you
Thursday.
seem on point because today's Monday.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I noticed that. What's your GPA?
My weighted GPA is a 4.1.
Weighted?
Yeah, we just need to talk about the weighted. Just the weighted. just the weighted.
Hold it. What's your best class? I want the unweighted best class. Give me the best class. Come on, think it like it's Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, Monday.
Oh, okay. My best class. Well, my cumulative is a 3.5, and I do really good in like physics and science and stuff.
So you're much smarter than Smoking Jim in the 22 degrees that he has.
A little bit.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Good luck next year.
Thank you.
Keep shooting
I will.
and try to focus on more than 2 daase.
I will. I'm gonna do 4. I'm gonna step it all the way up.
Wow, you're doubling your friend. Go stand next to your friend. Tell us your name.
Mashaya Harrison
And when did you start playing?
in 7th grade.
7th grade?
Yeah.
What got you interested?
My dad and cousin told me that I was tall.
Did you believe them?
No.
What happened when you went on the court and you were taller than the other girls?
Nothing for real. I was just
What position do you play then? Quit playing around.
a
here.
small forward and a forward.
Small forward, what day of the week?
All of them. I guess.
I'm just checking because we got 2 and 4.
I'm not like them.
Now you're up to 7 days a week.
Yep.
I like your studies. How's schoolwork?
Good.
What's good?
Everything.
Do you have a number or anything?
3.7.
Wow. That sounds good.
That's my goal.
That's why I asked those questions, to try to get that out. I know it's shocking, but do you have a favorite class?
Gym.
Gym. How do you do in gym?
Good, but my
Are you
school
taller
got me
than the
extra.
other? Are you taller than the other girls in gym now?
Yeah.
So your dad and uncle told the truth.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to get that out, that they are telling the truth. And do you like basketball?
Mhm.
Do you score any points?
Yeah.
More than 2?
Yeah.
More than 6?
Sometimes.
All right. Glad we clarified that. And what grade are you in again?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yeah.
So how's it look for the senior year?
We gonna make it.
You're going to win the championship.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for being on our show, and good luck to Obama Academy.
I'm very familiar with these things.
Tell them who you are.
All right, so my name is Attila Domos, and I am the unofficial hand cycling 24-hour world champion of the world.
He did it here in Pittsburgh.
Well, yeah, I did actually.
Now I want to hear about Borrego, California.
Borrego, okay, that was a train wreck.
I said Borrego.
Borrego Springs, yes. Borrego Springs is a tiny little town, man, in like a valley. It's sort of in the center of a big cereal bowl. It's surrounded by mountains. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous there. Desert town, like coyotes at night. You hear them howling, singing.
How's the sky look at night?
Oh man! Every night, like around 6 o'clock, I'd get in the pool, and they use salt water for the pool, so it's very easy to float.
That's
so
great.
I just lay on my back, and I just watch the Milky Way come up. And the Milky Way, literally, you can see
You
the
have to
Milky Way there.
explain smoking, Jim.
It is beautiful, man. It's one of the most beautiful sights. It's
He
heavenly,
doesn't
man.
know what
it's
it
beautiful.
is.
The Milky Way, it's like that big line of all white stars, man. It's just, it's so cool looking. So it
Just trying to
looks like
help.
a cloud. It really does. It looks like a cloud, but like these are all stars and galaxies.
Billions.
And
Trillions.
ridiculous amount, yeah. More than we have sand on Earth.
All right, so Borrego Springs.
Borrego
what the
Springs-
heck happened? I had high
All right,
expectations.
so first of all, I want to give a big shout out to everybody in Borrego Springs. The town could not have been better. The people were awesome. I mean, we had a film crew that came out. These guys
Understand.
aren't here today.
I know, I missed that.
They're doing their own thing, man. When you work with film people, it's like boom,
Next
boom,
project.
exactly. They're like 3 projects ahead.
Understand.
But anyway, so we went out there, and the town rolled out the red carpet. We stayed at a resort. Well, I stayed. I
Nice.
stayed at a resort called La Casa del Zorro, which is hilarious because Zorro was my hero growing up. I was a
Sure.
big Zorro fan.
How could you not be with the
Right,
sword?
right, exactly. So the people were absolutely great to us, man. I mean, anything we needed was there. And then we got to the race.
What happened?
Everything that could have possibly gone wrong did. Seriously, everything.
Hold it, how was the weather?
The weather, wow, you're in a desert, so it was beautiful.
I
It was
had to
beautiful.
check.
Yeah, it was like 110 degrees every day. But here's the problem: my bike arrived late.
Understood. I followed your
I had a
exploits.
train wreck going with the company that was delivering the bike. They didn't even want to deliver it all the way to Borrego Springs because it's literally in the middle of nowhere.
Sure.
So it cost them
It's in
money
the
to bring it
desert.
out. Yeah, so my bike was stuck at Clexico or whatever the town was called, literally at the border of Mexico.
Plaxico Burrs.
It was literally at the border of Mexico. And I'm like, I called them. I'm like, I need my bike. I got a world record I got to go for like within a week.
And I'm serious.
And they're like, yeah, sorry, nothing we can do. So a couple of the kids who work at the resort helped me out. I gave them some money, and they drove like 65 miles one way, got my bike, picked it up for me. So I want to give a shout out to those kids.
130-mile round trip for
man.
you.
And they volunteered. I didn't ask them. They
How long did you talk to them?
to the kids?
Yeah.
Or the no, the kids were great. I didn't have to, they were on it, man. They were like, those kids had it together.
Nice.
We got footage of them racing
You
their
want to
cars.
shout their names out?
Well, Jeremiah was the one, and I'm trying to blank on the other kid's name. I
That's
feel so
okay.
bad. But they were awesome. They were absolutely awesome. Jeremiah's mom actually is named Jessica Simpson. That's her real name.
Go figure.
Yeah, she has her own hair salon there, so she was
Wow.
cool. So yeah, she heard all the Jessica Simpson jokes.
I'm sure you gave
it's
her a
like,
few.
like me with the Attila Hunt, you know
Sure.
what I mean? So
I never heard that.
Right, it's weird. So
Wow.
race day comes, and finally I got my bike. I barely got the ride. And I wanted to acclimate to the desert because it's a completely different environment.
Sure.
I was cramping up everywhere. I mean, literally, like every part of me.
You couldn't hydrate enough?
No matter how much water I drank, I was cramping up. You can't drink enough water in the desert. It's amazing. You know?
That is amazing.
So, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know what to expect. I figured, dry, like Pittsburgh dry. You know, when it's dry here.
Sure.
No, it's nothing like that.
It's sucking water out.
Yeah, man. You're dehydrating as you're drinking the water.
Well, what happened on the course? You're dehydrated.
So the course. So it was an official Race Across America qualifier. I thought that this would be a professionally run thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, man. It was a train wreck.
You're kidding. It's disappointing.
I got docked 2 miles before the race even started.
How?
You'll see in the film. I'm going up there to hand in my paperwork. I'm doing paperwork before a race in 2017.
I'm getting dehydrated.
I'm like, I've never done paperwork before a race. You do it all online. It's done. You just pick up your packet and go. So, like 3 hours before the race, I'm going to hand in my paperwork. And the guy's like, Doc, 2 miles. I'm like, what? And the guy, Scott, who was with me, we're looking at each other like, what? What are you talking about? You docked 2 miles.
How did that happen? Yeah.
It's like, you're late. I was literally like 30 to 40 seconds late handing the paper. There was nobody there. You know what I mean? So it started off like that.
Wow.
So apparently there was some media from Pittsburgh that was out there following the story, and they got into it with these guys because apparently they wouldn't allow anybody to drive on the roads. But it wasn't a closed road race. It was an open road race.
Wow.
In fact, and here's like the more goofiness, there was a stop sign right before a slide uphill where we had to stop. They had 6 marshals there, and we, the riders, had to stop at the stop sign instead of the marshals just stopping the occasional car like once an hour because you're in the desert, literally. And not only that, you're coming down to a stop sign. You can see like as far as the eye can see, left and right.
Wow.
So you know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Yeah. So they made us stop. So you lost a lot of time there because it's
You're stopping.
It's only like a 2% or 1% uphill, but that's the worst because you can't
get going.
Yeah. So there was one lap where like all the marshals were gone. There was just this lady there, and she was just like, go. So that was my best lap, dude. I shaved like 8 or 9 minutes off my lap.
Really?
On that lap, yeah, because I was just able to go right and carry all that speed into the
go through.
But the road was incredibly bumpy and it was not finished.
Did you get concussed?
I ended up getting concussed. I did. Because it was literally 13 hours of my head just doing this. And when you're laying back on a hand cycle, you're laying on your back and you're pedaling like this, and your back is laying on the chair. So the year before, this kid Andre, who did a phenomenal thing, double amputee, he was the first person in a hand cycle to finish Race Across America. Literally, he made it across America in the allotted time. Now they gave him a couple hour extension, but who cares? It's still an amazing feat.
Sure.
Definitely. He was there.
Whoa,
look at that.
Careful. You almost went.
Yeah, right. So he was there the year before me. He was there the year before me, and he tried, and the thing is, to qualify for Race Across America, you have to be able to do 400 miles in 24 hours.
Wow.
That course was so rough that his bike broke in half. He had a carbon fiber upright bike, that he was
tore it up.
Yeah, he broke his bike, so he used his backup bike, and he couldn't do and again, he's a double amputee, so he's carrying no weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he couldn't. He ended up finishing, I think, at like 360 miles or something.
We're gonna have to wrap this up.
Yeah, but to make it short,
get the report. What end?
To make it short, I ended up having 13 hours into it. My team shut me down because we were about an hour off the world record time. There's no way you're going to make up an hour.
Sure.
And not within 11 hours left. If I was like 5-10 minutes behind one thing, an hour behind, no. So they shut it down. I was concussed. They took me to the hospital. Then I find out I had a bladder infection.
Wow. On top of that.
Yeah, on top of it.
What are you going to race in next?
So we got the Pittsburgh Marathon coming up on
Look for
May 6th.
Attila Domos.
I can't make any predictions because I didn't have any time to train this year. The weather has been so horrible here in Pittsburgh.
Never noticed.
Yeah, right. So I'm struggling. I'm just trying to find some time to race, and so this might be a race where one of the guys from Texas or Florida come up here and take it. But we'll see. I'm going to give it my best, and whatever happens. But my focus is on October. We're going to try the world record right here in Pittsburgh in October. And Wendy's, she's with me. She's supporting me in this. So she and I are looking for a place that's flat, because it's got to be flat according to Guinness. And we're going to do it officially right here in Pittsburgh in the first weekend of October.
Good.
I'm going to make this thing official already, man.
Keep us informed.
And by the way, I'm 50, so
I wish you the luck.
The record I broke was a 29-year-old kid from Germany. So.
And I gotta end the show. Stay Joey strong.